Say you have written the same status report 5 different times this month. You have re explained your role to Claude more times than you can count. And somewhere in your files is a template you reformat by hand every single time because it's faster than figuring out how to make Claude remember the format. None of that is actually necessary. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because most people only use half of what's available. Here's the short version of what fixes that. Memory keeps track of facts about you, your role, your team, your preferences, and carries them into new chats automatically. So you stop repeating yourself. Skills are the other half. A skill is a repeatable process you define once, so Claude follows the same structure every single time you use it, instead of producing something slightly different each round. On their own, each solves one annoyance. Together, they solve the actual problem. The fact that so much office work is the same task done slightly differently over and over by hand. Let's go through 6 scenarios where this actually shows up at work. Scenario 1: Weekly status reports. If you send a status update every week, you already know the pattern. Same sections, same tone, different content each time. I have set up a skill called Weekly Status Report Generator. It takes loose bullet notes and turns them into a formatted report with 3 fixed sections: wins, blockers, next steps. Watch what happens when I give it a handful of rough notes and run the skill. It builds the full report in the right structure immediately. And notice, it also knows my team name without me typing it again. That's memory filling in the context. While the skills handle the formatting, 2 features, 2 jobs, 1 clean output. Scenario 2: Turning meeting notes into something you can actually send a client. Here's a set of raw meeting notes, the kind you had actually typed during a live call, or say you have got it from the recording of a transcript. Fragments, shorthand, no real structure. Nobody wants to send this to a client as is, right? I've built a second skill for this: client ready meeting summary. It takes exactly this kind of messy input and produces a polished recap in a fixed tone and structure every time. Run it against 3 nodes and you get a clean summary on the other side. Same process, same quality, whether it's Monday's meeting or Friday's. Scenario 3: Recurring documents and templates. A lot of office work isn't creative writing. It's the same document shape filled in differently each time. A monthly project brief, a recurring client update, a weekly template your whole team already expects to see. Here's a template document. Instead of manually filling this every month, a skill can take new input and produce a properly formatted version of the exact same structure every time without drift. That consistency is the actual value here. Not that Claude can write, but that it writes the same way twice. Scenario 4: Client email replies. This one comes up constantly. A client sends a question or a concern, and you need reply quickly, but in a tone that's consistent with every other email your team sends. Not overly casual, not different depending on what happens to the answer. Here's an incoming email: a client raising a concern about timeline. I have built a skill for this too, called Client Email Reply. It reads the incoming message and drafts a response that matches a fixed tone and structure every time. Run it against this email and the draft comes back ready to review and send. Not a blank page, not something you have to rewrite from scratch. Scenario 5: Meeting agendas. Before a recurring team meeting, Someone usually has to turn a scattered list of topics into an actual agenda. With timeline allotments, a sensible order, and enough structure that the meeting doesn't run along. It's a small task, but it happens every single week, and it's exactly the kind of thing that's easy to do inconsistently. I've set up a skill called weekly meeting agenda. Give it a loose list of topics, no order, no timing, and it builds a formatted agenda with time blocks and a logical flow. Run it here, and you go from a scattered list to something you could send out 5 minutes before the meeting starts. Scenario 6: Expense reports. This is the one people put off the longest. A trip or an event happens, receipts pile up, and by the time you sit down to file the report, you're trying to remember what half of them were even for. Here's a set of rough notes: amounts, purposes, rough dates, nothing formatted. I've built a skill called Expense Report Formatter for exactly this. It takes notes like these and produces a report in the exact structure finance expects: categorized, totalated, ready to submit. Run it here, and what would normally take away 20 minutes of formatting takes about as long as it takes to read the output. What's worth noticing here is the pattern repeating across all 6 scenarios. In every case, the skill is doing the structural work. Same sections, same tone, same format, while memory quietly supplies the details that make it feel specific to you rather than generic. You are not writing the same report, email, or agenda from blank page each time. You are reviewing something already built the way you build it. So, good practices for using both of these well. Keep skills specific. A skill that tries to do 5 different things poorly is worse than 3 skills that each do one thing precisely. Name them clearly so you know exactly which one to reach for. Check your memory view occasionally. It's easy to build up small, outdated facts over time: an old team name, an old preference, and those quietly affect every output until you correct them. Don't overload memory with information that belongs in a skill instead. Memory is for facts about you, skills are for process. If you find yourself repeating instructions rather than facts, that belongs in a skill, not in memory. Update a skill the moment your process changes, rather than working around an outdated version. A 5-minute edit now saves you from re explaining the same fix in every chat later. Review the first few outputs from any new skill closely before you trust it fully. A skill is only as good as its definition. If the tone or structure is slightly off in the first run, fix the skill itself rather than fixing the output by hand every time. And when a task involves actual files, a shared document, a client folder, ongoing project material, that's usually a job for projects, not memory or skills alone. Each of these 3 tools has a lane. Using the right one for right job is most of what separates a smooth Claude workflow from a frustrating one. That's the combination: memory for context, skill for process, used together so you're not rebuilding the same work every week. If this was useful, share it in the comments. See you in the next one.